Welcome to my humble little office. My name is R. Keith Andrews. I'm a spiritual guide and paranormal adept. The journey continues today on June 22nd at approximately 6:38 a.m. PST. Now, time to get your head on straight regarding who you are, regarding what you're content with. And the trick there, to change the world, to change the energy in your life, the first thing you have to figure out is, are you content with where your life currently is? If the answer is yes, the odds are you're not paying attention to me, which is great, because quite frankly, I don't find myself that interesting. But if you're not content with you, then the first thing you do is go, okay, what am I not content with? Not where do I desire my life to go? Your life will go where you guide it. But if you focus on the idea as to what you're content with about you, that's how you change your life. Because when you start eliminating all the things you're not content with that you have personal control over, that's when you change the way your life is running. And much of society is in serious trouble right now. Okay, because society is in serious complication, it's going to take the greater majority of us to actually turn the tide. Now, I return to this world for one primary purpose, and that is to remind people that working together, we can make this a better world for most people. But to make the world a better place for you, you have to figure out, are you content? Now, for instance, if we look over at this table, okay, you'll see a plastic bag right there. I was not content with the fact I did not have enough printer paper. So, what did I do about it? Did I sit here and complain about it? No. I got off my tail feathers. I went to the store and I bought the printer paper. Okay. And now, as a result, my writing is now by like the entire Yldrbac Chronicles are now on hard copy. If I do run into a problem with the computer, if I do blow the computer up, I no longer have to worry about whether or not I've lost 40 years of writing. Okay, now most of the information I put down, most of the information I offer, I've got in written form, which is why I've got a number of books listed below this video that explain much of what I talk about. Okay, that you can acquire them through me. I work with PayPal, so, these are things that I was not content with. I've had a business since 2007, right? And the reality of it is, I have done just about nothing with it. Oh, I mentioned yesterday that I did not think that I had made my goal. My goal of 3,800 for this month, for the month of May. As it turns out, I did. I went through the numbers again because I was only estimating. I hadn't balanced them. And did I make both of the goals? The answer is yes. Which, as I said, is that there we are. That being said, okay, this is the trick I use to make sure I stay on track with finances. This neat little sign. We have legally acquired a minimum of $3,900 by June 30th, 2022. And I forgot to put that down, and where did I see it? There it is. I'll be right back because I'm going to correct that. What I forgot to write down was the time at 23:59, meaning 1 minute to midnight. Okay. So, my household, we have legally acquired a minimum of $3,900 by June 30th, 2022 at 23:59, meaning 1 minute to midnight. If you're military, you already knew that. My company, Inner Voice Enterprises, has legally generated a minimum of $800 by June 30th, 2022. And again, we add this 23:59. Okay, that way I've got it written down. I've increased the amount. Now, the reality is that I figured it out because I've turned around and added a few extra deaths. I used to be able to do it on 25, right? I've got to run numbers again, but I know I've got to increase what it's going to cost me. I'll be doing that today, working that side of it out. Hey, you didn't exactly need that in front of my face. But you have to look at what you're content with. In my case, I'm not content with my health yet. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm quite happy with the amount that I've dropped. Okay. I'm aiming towards hitting my goal was to hit 200 pounds by the end of the year. I wasn't content with my weight, so what am I doing? Am I complaining to you about it? No, keeping you informed, certainly. But in all fairness, I'm spending more time keeping me informed. Okay. But the trick is you don't have to know where your life is heading. It doesn't matter how old you are. What I found in the years I've been working in this field is that most people are in their late 40s to early 50s by the time they have a clue what they desire to do with their life. Okay, most of the time they're caught up with life itself, be it raising kids, trying to make other people happy, and by the way, I gave up on that idea. Because the only person you have control over is you. Okay, you can control what you do, you can control what you say. Okay, you do have free will. And again, that's a similarity all of us have. We all have free will to do what we choose. What you don't have freedom from, you can do or say whatever you choose. But what you don't have freedom from is the consequences of your words or actions. You cannot control how other people are going to see things or how they're going to respond. But you can control how you respond. Now, I know I've run into my own issues. I am not perfect by any functional stretch. Okay, but I am actually, now they tell you as you get older, you end up in worse shape and what have you. I didn't desire to follow that path. So quite frankly, here I am, 59 years old. I'm in better shape now than I was when I was in my early 40s. Okay. I weigh less than I have been. I don't recall how long. Right. But this is because I was not content with that aspect. Now we're taught that change is a frightening thing. It's scary. It's painful. I'll tell you, every time you hear a thing, your body changes. Every time you think of anything, your body changes. You're going through changes, the one consistency in the world. And we all have the same issue. Everything that happens, we change. So my suspicion is that you're not writhing on the ground in pain and agony right now. And if you are, I do feel for you. Okay, but the reality is it is time that you look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you content with your life, with the way your life is going? You don't have to know where you're heading. What you have to figure out is, are you content where you are right this moment? If you're not happy, change something. If I'm not happy with the fact I don't have a coffee cup in my hand, I reach over, I grab my coffee cup. Now I'm content because I can now get my drink of coffee. But you notice that change did not cause me any pain. Okay. When I had my stroke, I lost the whole use of my left side. Well, I'm really happy to say that with an awful lot of effort, work on my part, I'm now back to typing with two hands. This little book, okay, this is like I said, like I've told you, this is the book I'm writing the Return to Paradise in. Everything that I've written now has been moved on to soft copy. Okay, which means I'm carrying forward. These are changes I felt were necessary. Now, I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. And if you've got questions, absolutely ask. Okay, there's a whole list of ways below this video that you can ask questions without everybody and their dog seeing what it is. and I will do my best to respond to you. Now, that said, I'm going to let you go at this point, but until we meet again, take care of yourselves and each other, and for pity's sakes, stay positive.